and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy and today I'd like to show you how to make this beautiful shiny star beaded bauble. To make our star bauble, I'll be using today these beautiful beige super duos, 4mm Colorado Swarovski crystals, 4mm pearls, and these size 11 Toho seed beads. I've pre-threaded 1.5 meters onto a size 10 or 12 needle, it doesn't matter which you work with. I've got the precision scissors and an 8-pound fire line. To begin this project, we're going to thread 5 of the seed beads onto our beading needle. We're going to take these down the thread, and I want to leave about a 15 or 20 centimetre length of thread that I'll be using to tuck in at the end of the project. Once you've got the tail end left, we're going to thread through with our needle the first seed bead in our row of 5, so the one that you started with. Take the needle back through to create a loop. To keep this secure, I'm now going to go all the way back through and out to the same point. In doing that, I've made sure that my loop in the centre isn't going to move out of shape. So I'm coming out to the right hand side of this bead at the top, and I'm going to add one of my crystals onto the beading needle. I then want to thread 1 Toho and 3 super duos. So you're just going to go through one of the holes in the super duo. And then we are going to put another Toho onto the needle. So we have the following threaded: 4mm crystal, Toho, 3 super duos and another Toho. Take that down to the loop in the centre. You're now going to use your needle to go back through the crystal. So we're going through the crystal bead. You may just want to adjust the way the super duos are sitting so that you can get the tension correct on this part of the project. At the moment, my thread is coming out under the crystal bead, so I want to go back through the second seed bead in my loop. We're going to repeat that then for the next, and we're going to create 5 exactly like this. So that's crystal, Toho, 3 super duos and another Toho. And then you go back through the crystal and out to the opposite side of the next seed bead in your center circle. We have got the tail end of our project here as well, so you may find it easier to just grip that with your fingers at this point so it doesn't keep getting in your way. So I've just put it through my fingers there just to keep it to the side, and then I know I'm not putting the beads on the wrong one. So we're now ready to do our next layer around. So this is where we left off, so we've just come out after finishing our 5th point. And I'm going to take the needle through this crystal here, this Toho bead, and then through the bottom of the super duo and loop back through. And we're going to connect all these together. So you just want to take your time with this, and you're going to go up through. So the crystal and the Toho. And the super duo, so the hole at the bottom of the super duo. And we're going to take the needle through the top hole in that super duo. Onto the needle, you're going to thread the first of your pearls, so the 4mm pearl, and you want to go across to the next point on the star and that super duo. Bringing those 2 points in together. Then you're going to add another new super duo, so 1 new one, and then through the top hole in the second one on the point. And then another new super duo before going back through the third on the point. Then another pearl and across to the next point. Continue with this till you've got all 5 points done. So we've come all the way around with our 5 points back to the start with our first pearl here. and my thread is now coming out of the top of the super duo here. I'm going to thread 3 toho beads onto my beading needle, and I'm going to go bypassing, so I'm not going through this pearl, but I'm going to take this needle through the first super duo and the top hole on that side. I then want to take the needle through the super duos in that row. So we've gone a little loop over there. I'm going to go through all of these, and then we're going to add our 3 on here. So I've just come out of this bottom hole on this one, and I want to make sure I go through the third one along in the top hole as well. There's quite a bit of toing and throwing on this one, going back, across and up and down. So my thread's now coming out the top hole in the third one along, and I'm going to thread 3 tohos onto my needle. I'm then going to go through the top hole in this super duo here. So we've come through our super duo, and we're going to add a new one at this point as well. So through that one and the second one along. Add 3 more toho seed beads onto your beading needle. And go through this super duo and the top hole, and this is where I said we're going to go back and forth quite a bit. So I'm going to go up through all the super duos, so just take your time. I'm going to go through these and then all the way through before we come out and start doing the top of our star point here. Just make sure you get through every bead en route to that. Just going to go back through the seeds. And across again, so we're coming out above these seed beads here. Not through the actual seed bead itself though. So you take your needle out to the side. Okay. You're then going to add 2 tohos onto your needle. And we're going to go up through the top hole in the last point on our star. So we've added 3 tohos, and we're going to place them next to that and go through, so back round and through the hole at the top. That's created the top part of our point. 2 toe hose and then back through these again. So that gives you the beaded trim around the points. So I've now come out through that one and I'm going to go back down and I'm going to cut across from this point through these again and put my frill over the 3 here over this pearl. So I'll get you to that point and then we'll move on to the next stage after that. So we want 3 toe hose and we're going over to the super duo. Through the super duos before starting our pass around. So you're back to 3. Add your super duo and 3. So then you're ready to start on the next section. So you're going to use your 3 over the pearl and continue until you've got all 5 spikes with your toho beads around them. And then we'll get to the point on how to finish using a 1/2 hitch knot and how to create this into a bauble, or if you wish, a key ring charm. So I'm up to the 5th point on my star and I've gone around with my beads. Now the reason I've stopped particularly at this point, you can actually decide whether you just want to go completely round as you did with the others and use that for decoration or to put on a bag or a card. It could look very pretty on a card. Or we can add the loop at the top, so the 5 seed beads here, and we can add the jump ring. I'm going to show on this version adding this section so that you know how to finish it, and then how you'd create a ribbon to make this into a bauble. So I've come out after doing my 2 and I'm going to put 5 tohos onto my beading needle. and then loop back through. I'm now going to work all the way back down, and then I'm going to go through to the centre and finish with my half hitch knot. So you're just working your thread back down the star. So I'm happy that this section is complete and secure. So my thread's coming out and it's going to be hidden now when I do my knot. So it's between these two super duos, and you're going to hook your needle underneath that weave. So you just want to catch one of the weaves that's going through. So you're going to pull on your needle and that will create a loop with your thread. Like so, and you're going to take the needle through the loop you've created and you're going to pull that securely into place. Take the needle back through the next two beads and then I'm going to go up through that one as well, and I'm going to create another half hitch knot here. So I'm really happy that that's secure before I cut away any of my thread. Create my loop through with the needle, pull the knot tight and go back through the bead next to the knot so that you can pull the knot in, so we can't see it in the design. So that I'm happy with and it's secure. I'm going to use my scissors to take away this excess thread, and then we just want to half hitch knot this end into place as well before we can move on to putting the jump ring. Okay, I've finished all the half hitch knots and tidied away both threads at the back and at the front. There was the extra loop section we gave ourselves at the top of that point, and I'm going to thread a jump ring through there. So I've just opened this large jump ring, pop that on and then close that back together. So I've sealed that loop, and now if I was going to hang that on a tree as a bauble, I'm going to just add some nice ribbon to the top of it. So I'm just going to go through with the ribbon, make the loop to the size that you want, and then quite simply just tie that in a knot. Trim any excess ribbon away. And there you have your very, very cute Super Duo Christmas Star Bauble. Thank you for watching, and give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the project. And also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and catch all of our latest very nice Christmas designs. From Beads Jar, we'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Till next time, bye!